Hello, everyone. This is Daryl Bowles, and this time I am not coming to you with a gaming video. This is not a gaming video. This is a video review. Actually, we are reviewing the device that is currently sitting in front of me, and I'd actually moved over to the left a little bit so that I can't get the computer to see it. But this sitting back behind everything that is around me is a very small TV. Beside my computer is my Xbox. Behind the Xbox is the TV in question. This small TV is a 19-inch model. It is a TV that some of you have not heard of. Most of you probably have not heard of, particularly in the blindness community. We hear of brands like Samsung, LG, TV developers like that. No. This brand is what's called Encignia. They can be reached at Encignia.com. They do have an accessibility page, and their TV that I'm reviewing is not a smart TV, though they do sell those. This is a regular, just plain old TV. As a matter of fact, it is so plain that it does not have an optical audio port, and it does not have some of the more advanced ports. It doesn't even have the composite AV cables, which are the 5 cables, and only has the 3 cables for it. It's got 2 HDMI ports on the back left-hand side of the TV set, along with a USB. And at the bottom of the back of the TV, there is a round port known as the RF port. Still used today in coaxial cable connections, but it is not the standard anymore. HDMI is the standard. Also on the back of this TV is a 3.5 millimeter auxiliary input or output, and that is for connecting speaker systems or a soundbar. Okay, with that in mind, why are we here reviewing this thing? Well, because this little TV that is a plain old 19-inch TV with no smart features is accessible. It is completely accessible to a blind person who wants to interact with their TV and does not want the hassle of having to deal with smart apps that may or may not work. Most TVs are accessible. They read their menus, but as far as I know of, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, most of the smart apps, such as Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, do not read. So when blind people get these smart TVs, they can only use the TV portion of the thing anyway, which is not equal access, which is an issue. But I'm not going to get on that soapbox. We're here to do a review. So I'm holding in front of me. I will put it in focus to the webcam here. In focus in front of me is the Encignia remote. It is your standard TV remote. From the left-hand side, we have the power on button and the input source button or input button. It's got your up and down arrows in the middle of the TV, left and right as well. It's got menu, exit, favorite, and info around the arrows. Up and down volume, up and down channel. In the middle of that is the mute. Below that, actually above that, is an accessibility button. That's nice. And then to the right of the accessibility button, next to the info button, is the captions button. It does have a sleep timer. It does have your things like that. What we are going to do today with this review is we are going to obviously power on the TV. We're going to power it on. We're going to look through a lot of the main settings. We're going to look through the help area. There's some interesting info there. And that's going to really be it. There really isn't a whole lot we can do on this TV. I don't want to go through setup again because, well, it's set up the way I want it, time and date and everything. But that is also doable. So, before we go into that, I just want to say that there are some pros and cons to this TV. You will hear one of the cons very quickly once this TV is turned on. So I really don't need to say it. But one of the pros, again, this is not a smart TV. There are very few non-smart TVs that are accessible or that claim to be accessible. This is not a very high-priced TV at all. As a matter of fact, if you can throw down 70 to 80 bucks and you don't really need to see the screen, you are in good shape because 80 bucks at Best Buy will get you one of these. It's small, it's lightweight. I actually might see if I can get this a little closer because I want you all to hear clearly what this sounds like. And that's not going to happen if it's sitting all the way back here. Yes, I can move this. I'm actually going to sit it here in front of the Xbox so that you can hear it. The stand is a little loose, but it will sit. We will do what we need it to for this. Oh, power is on. I guess I did hit the power button. I didn't even realize there was a power button on here on the TV itself. Now I can't find that power button. But yeah, this is a very small screen.
Press input on your remote control, then select the device you want to view. Make sure the device is turned on.
Okay, you heard the TV speaking there. What I'm going to do now is, since it's already on and powered up, I'm going to go ahead, because the only thing back here is my Xbox. There is no TV here. We're going to jump into the menu system, and I'm going to hit the menu button, which is right next to the left arrow. It's a rectangular button.
Main menu open. Picture.
And let's go into picture. We can go across the top of the menu system with left and right. So why don't we just go through the menus now?
Audio. Settings. Accessibility. Help. Picture.
And as you can see, this wraps. So I'm going to hit OK or enter.
Picture mode. Energy savings.
And let's go in here because there are several.
Savings.
We can select up and down. We'll select.
Movie. Game. Custom. Vivid. Standard. Energy savings. Picture mode. Energy savings.
Those are the different picture modes. Let's see what else we've got in here.
Advanced settings.
Let's go to advanced settings. We didn't explore this. We have not explored this yet.
Aspect ratio. Wide.
Wide aspect ratio.
Overscan. On. Dynamic backlight. Off. Color temperature. Normal. Noise reduction. Middle. Dynamic contrast. On. Aspect ratio. Wide.
So let's go back.
Advanced settings.
Hitting the menu button will take you back to the previous menu.
Backlight.
Backlight
35.
is an option. You can adjust that.
Brightness. 50.
You can lower the brightness here. And again, let's see what that does.
Brightness. 50.
Can I go to the left?
Brightness. 49.
Yes, I can. I'm going to leave it there, though.
Brightness. Contrast. 52.
And you can raise the contrast here.
Color. 55. Tint. 0. Sharpness. 45.
You can raise the sharpness overall.
Reset picture settings.
And we can reset the picture settings. We don't want to do that, so let's hit the menu button again.
Picture.
We are done with picture. Let's go to the right.
Audio.
And we're going to go into audio.
Audio mode. Standard.
And audio mode is standard. That is the default. These are audio presets.
Standard.
Standard.
Theater.
Theater's nice. It kind of branches out the audio.
Music.
Music.
News.
News.
Custom.
Custom.
Standard.
Standard. And we're going to leave it at standard.
Audio mode. Standard. Balance. 0.
And these are just audio settings.
50. Treble. 50. TV speakers. Auto. Digital audio format. Audio delay.
This is so if you were plugging a sound bar or something, you can play with those settings.
Reset Settings.
And we don't want to do that.
Audio.
So that's in audio.
Settings.
We have settings. We looked at that earlier. Let's go into it. I'm just going across the screen with my right arrow. I'm just going to have to shut that off. Sorry about that. And we're going to continue into this setting.
Time.
I can set the time.
Menu language.
I can set the menu language. I don't want to do that.
Auto input sensing. Off. Input labels.
You can change the input labels. So we have one set to game. I wish you could customize it to type in your own label. But you cannot do that.
Button lock. Off. Inlink. HDMI CDC. Time.
And back to time.
Date. Time.
And let's go in here.
Sleep timer. Off.
You can set that.
Date. Mode. Manual. Time zone. Eastern.
Let's go in here. Let's press enter on here. I will play with this for a second.
Eastern. Central. Eastern. Newfoundland. Eastern.
I'll set it to
Time
Eastern.
zone. Eastern. Daylight saving. On. Date. September 4th, 2018.
Now, how would you go about this?
Month. September. Month. August. Month.
September.
Day. 4th.
Okay, that's how you do it. You just select it and press enter.
Year. 2018.
I can change the year if I wanted to, but why do I want to do that? That's just a mess. But you can set all of this yourself.
Month. September. Month. Month. Day. Year. 2018. Month.
Except it does loop you back around.
Date. September 4th, 2018.
Just hit the menu button to go back.
Time. 7:55 p.m.
Yeah, we want to keep that alone.
Mode. Manual.
And we're gonna
Sleep timer.
let's go look in here.
Off. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. 15 minutes.
Just going down.
30 minutes. 60 minutes. 90 minutes. 120. 100. 200. Off.
And back to off. Off is the default. I want to leave that there.
Time. Date. Time. Setting. Accessibility.
Now we're into the accessibility menu.
Voice guide. On. Off. Voice guide not available on HDMI, ARC, and digital output when digital audio format is set to pass through to enable voice guide. Change digital audio format to PCM. OK. On.
I want to leave that on.
Voice guide. On. Learn how to use remote control. Reset access. Voice guide.
You cannot even change the rate of the speech, sadly. But this is an option I want to look at.
Press any remote control button to hear the name of the button selected. Press exit button twice quickly to exit.
Here is how you learn what your remote does.
Accessibility. Accessibility.
I'm hitting the accessibility button. It's right above the up part of the volume button.
Volume up. Mute.
There's a mute up here on the very. What's this button do up here on the right?
Input.
Okay. So you see,
Down.
it does tell you what each button does.
Info.
We have not played with info yet. We're going to hit the menu, the exit button, which is below the menu button on the left.
Learn how to
You have to
use
enter that
remote
twice,
control.
and let's hit menu to go
Access.
back.
Help.
Now, help is a fun one.
System info.
Let's have a listen at system info because usually most accessibility products don't read you the system info. This one is a different story, however.
Model name. NS19310NA19. Firmware version. Rega 06868001-20171220. See the online user manual for more help at www.insigniaproducts.com. Open source software notice.
And it will read the open source software notice, which is really cool. But we're not going to do that because this voice Can get on your nerves.
System info. Learn more. Update firmware. Do you want to update the TV software? You may lose your saved settings. Cancel. OK. 1. Go to System Info and write down your model, revision, and firmware information. 2. Go to insigniaproducts.com on a computer. 3. Search for your TV model. 4. Click the Support Download tab. 5. Select the Firmware Installation Guide for detailed firmware update instructions.
Something that I probably should try. They may offer different voices. But as you can see, this does not even have internet capability, but it does tell you how to do it. So that's awesome.
Customize my TV. Power on in vivid mode. TV speaker test. 1.
This is fun. Cover your ears. This may hurt, but I am going to run this. Reminds me of the old 16-bit Nintendo games when you played the football games, and it would do that when you'd kick or you'd throw a big pass downfield. Those were the days, right? Awesome.
TV speaker. Reset to default.
No, we're not doing that.
System info.
But I
Learn
do
more.
want to look at Learn More.
Remote control codes.
This is cool.
Universal remote controls.
Going to press OK again.
AT&T Uverse. Cablevision. Charter. Cox. DirecTV. Dish Network. DirecTV.
Okay.
DishNet. DirecTV.
Okay, it only shows you the brands. It does not actually.
Game.
That's very disappointing. I was expecting
Main menu.
more
Picture.
of that, but
Picture. Audio. Accept. Help. Picture.
let's go back into help.
System. Reset to TV speaker tap. Power on in vivid mode. Customize my TV. Power on in vivid. Custom. Restart the easy. OK. English. French.
We're going to do English.
Good. Easy setup. Voice guide enable. Activate voice guide to provide voice guidance for menu, volume, channel, and program information. Voice guide is only supported in English language. Yes. Voice guide not available on HDMI, ARC, and digital output when digital audio format is set to pass through to enable voice guide. Change digital audio format to PCM. OK. Easy setup. Viewing environment. Home use mode. Easy setup. What do you want to do? Watch TV. Customize my TV. Watch TV. Easy setup. How are you planning to watch TV? Cable, satellite box. Easy setup. How are you planning to watch TV? Connect your cable or satellite box. If it's not already connected, turn it on, then select Next. Next. Easy setup. Complete. Congratulations, you are done with setup. Now it's time to watch some TV. Just select Exit, then press Input on your TV's remote to select the right input, HDMI or AV. Use the cable, satellite box remote to change channels. We are here for you. Check out the TV's help menu or the online user guide. www.insigniaproducts.com. Exit. Input sort. Game.
Okay, and
Power.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Encignia TV. That's really all there is to it. There really isn't anything complex or anything that's going to really jump out at you as earth shattering by any stretch of the imagination. But for a small price television, for a low price television like this, for it to even be accessible is a bit of a miracle. Again, my two cons for this TV are there was another option we did not go over, and that was how to set up a soundbar. It doesn't really read that. And my other con is that it doesn't really walk you through setting up the universal remote. It lists the brands, but it doesn't list. It does not list the codes that you need. And my other qualm about this TV is the voice. My knowledge, there is no way to adjust it, and that can be very annoying. However, I do want to say that if you did enjoy this review and you would like to see more product reviews posted, please like and subscribe, and send recommendations to product developers so that I can get more products reviewed. My next review is going to be on a Roku Express. If you would like more products to be reviewed, please consider, again, that donation that we've talked about, even for games. It's been listed on the website for the audio games forum, but I'll go ahead and point it out to you here. Is THEFOLLOWER212 at gmail.com. THEFOLLOWER212 at gmail.com is the web address, is the email address for PayPal. If you would like to get more information from me or about me, please feel free to email me there as well. And I really hope that you enjoyed this review of the Encignia 19-inch TV. Simple, accessible, not a lot of hassle.